Hey Armature 9 subscribers, thanks for tuning in. I wanted to have a video where I go over how to replace all of the trim pieces, because I've had some customers from quite a while ago, maybe this is 4 or 5 years ago, when I was making these pieces with a different material. It was a slightly different color as well. And what has happened is that material has some sort of inherent defect that was causing it to become brittle over time. And so what I've done is I've listed on the website a product listing just for the trim, and the trim being all the pieces that are made out of plastic. The neck, the clavicles, clips, peanuts, elbows, the twist joints, the knees, and the feet. And this video is going to be there with the product listing, just to go over how to replace these pieces with the least chance of damaging the figure. Now some of these are fairly straightforward. So for instance, these twist joints, you just pull straight out, and your product came with a Allen wrench or hex key that you can use to easily unscrew those, and those come off fairly easy. There's nothing fancy about those. The feet you can just pull straight out, and then to put a tibia back in there, you want to go straight in, because there's that spring right there. So you want to kind of firmly, it slips on you, so you really have to kind of hold it and try to get it in there. Try to go in right in through the center of it to get that to go through. So that's how that works. The elbows are very similar to the twist joints, just kind of wiggle and pull. And then after that, it's very easy to just pull them out. For the clips, the best thing to do is to pull the limbs away from them until they pop off, and that'll release enough tension so that you can then try to unclip it like this. You pull up and out. So I'll repeat that here with the arms. Straight out, and then pull. These can be a little bit tougher sometimes to get off. There we go. And then really the ones where you want to be most careful is with the peanut joint. And the way I get these out is I turn the angle to about a 45-degree rotation, so that that split is lined up with the corner of the pelvis, or the joint that you're going to be removing it from. I would suggest trying to remove it from the pelvis. And then you can try to pull out and back, and it should pop out fairly easily. I find the torsos tend to be a little tougher. The sockets are a little deeper. But again, if you need to remove this piece completely from both pieces, turn this so that that opening is aligned with the corner, and then pull out. And then with the neck, it's the same thing. I'm going to rotate this so that it's about a 45-degree, aligned with the corner, and pull out. And then to take this off the head, I rotate the head back, and sometimes just continuing to go backward like this will get it to come out. And if it doesn't, then once you make that full turn, just pull it straight out. So that's how you would take apart all the plastic pieces from the wooden pieces. So now, to put it back together, you kind of do things in reverse. You align this properly and you push. Right? And then I usually straighten it out. Sometimes the split in the middle gives you the best fitting, because then it's opening toward the walls of the socket. For the head and neck, I usually lay this down, and I make sure that this is aligning with it, and I push down, although you want to be sort of on the edge of a table so that this is not hitting the surface. You could also, if you have strong enough finger strength, you could go like this and snap them in, and you're good to go. So, but I find more often than not, I push down, but I get on the corner of a surface so that I have some room for the head to jet out of it. And then again here, align it and push. And then put the femurs back in. I find going in sideways is the easiest way to go, and then give it a turn. You of course want to make sure that you're doing the right one on the right side. To get the clips back on, I find that putting them in the inverse direction is easiest, because then I can squeeze like this. This hand can open up the socket, and then I can press with these fingers and then rotate it back up. Same goes with the arms. And then for the elbows, the best thing to do is to start with the upper arm and push it straight in. And then for the forearms, it's pretty straightforward. You just push it in this way. And then to get this back on the figure, just clip them back onto the torso and pelvis. And you have replaced all the trim pieces with new pieces. And that's how that works. I hope that was helpful.